haven't been able to create in quite a long time, and it's bringing me a lot of anguish because creativity helps me so much. Finally, yesterday, I decided to take matters into my own hands and sit down and create, even if it's not something glamorous. The one technique that I know can help me when I can't create is neuro art. Creating the neural lines as a form of doodling really relaxes me, and I start by drawing the neural lines without thinking, letting my hand guide me intuitively. I find this works best as I don't have a preconceived notion of how the end result will be. You can draw the neural lines with any color, but I love using black because it contrasts beautifully with the other colors. The key with the neural lines is that you should not have any sharp corners or edges where the lines meet. So I use the same marker to round each corner. Once I'm done with this step, I can start coloring, which is by far my favorite and most relaxing thing to do. I want to create depth in each section, so I choose 2 to 3 shades of the same color and start with the darker shade on the outside rim. Then I use the next shade, blending it together with the previous one. Today I'm using alcohol markers instead of watercolor markers, which I've always used before. But you can use any medium. I've been obsessed with these Ohuhu markers and tried so many different techniques with them, like on a gel plate, which I will share at the end. The marker set also comes with a blender that you can apply over the ink, and it will blend 2 shades together to give it a gradient effect. I do want to point out, because it's really important to know, that the neural lines I'm creating are a form of art that have helped me with mindfulness and are not the same as the neurographica technique that helps with healing the subconscious. Once I color some of the shapes with one color, I choose 3 shades of the next color and slowly fill in the shapes. I leave some white space in the middle to create some depth. However, you will soon see that changes as well. Besides teal, I also add magenta and continue with the same shading procedure. I feel my piece looks like a landscape without even meaning to do that. The bright sun shining over the land, it feels very meaningful to me at the moment. For the surface, I'm using smooth mixed media paper from Ohuhu as well. It reminds me of Bristol smooth cardstock, and it's perfect for this technique. I love how smooth the markers blend together, and you will soon see how meaningful this piece turns out when I make it my own. There are so many techniques that can be done with these markers besides coloring. One of the techniques I've been obsessed with lately is the blow art technique with a straw, using the alcohol markers and isopropyl alcohol over Yupo paper. The results have been so phenomenal that I ended up creating a 2-part course on this technique so I can teach it to others. You can find this course and a few others over at my Podia website. Podia is the platform I use to host courses, downloads, and provide other materials to you. The classes can be split into different sections to help you step by step through each part. You can then write comments, ask questions if you need help. It's an all-in-one platform that helps me teach and helps you learn. If you ever consider teaching your own creative courses, then you should try Podia. I have a link below in the description where you can try it for free. Now, continuing with coloring, I realized that I prefer filling in the shape with the lightest color instead of leaving it white. And I also noticed that it's really looking like a landscape now that I have added most of the colors, especially when I added the blue in the sky. The beauty of this technique and these drawings is that when you start with the lines, you don't really know what shapes and scenes you will get at the end. I've had flowers, people, and other shapes come out in my drawings, as if they're coming intuitively from my subconscious. It's like hidden messages inside your art. And so I decide to write messages of hope for myself inside some of the cells, as I feel I need to hear these messages of hope at the moment. I just love looking at my final piece and want to emphasize that beside coloring, there are so many techniques you can do with alcohol markers, like the blow art technique I mentioned, and the way I use them on a gel plate in this video right here.